Welcome to Unclogged Conversations, powered by Larry Stinson Plumbing. Today it's me and Scott and our special guest, Corey Valdez.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
Corey started off as an apprentice while he was part-time in college. That lasted for about 6 months, or was it even 6 months?
No, I mean, I think I got licensed before I dropped out. Because I ended up doing most of my basics before.
Oh, so you were going to...
You went to ZCC, and then you went to UTA, and you was like,
I went one semester at UTA, and then I was like, I don't really want to do that.
No, I didn't.
So Corey's been with me for 20-something years, I think. Like forever, I don't know. Long time. No, 6, 8.
I think we're going on to 7 this year.
7.
Oh, yeah.
I think the 3 longest employees are in this room right
That's
now.
it.
Yep.
Yes, I get my 2 longest employees. Well, next to my wife that we just did, but
Yeah. Kind of lump her in with the owner group.
yeah.
More partner.
Not really an employee.
Level, yeah.
So Corey got his first taste of plumbing at his own house.
That was
Avoided
second
me.
job that I did.
Oh.
I went to one estimate first, and then Larry said, all right, I'm going to do something else. Go backfill your house.
No, you was there and you helped. Didn't you help dig when we did the original?
No.
I did just backfill.
I tried to get you to help.
I don't even remember talking to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the
I'm sure
briefest,
it was.
like, one sentence
the-
to
I'm sure
each
it
other.
What were you, 16, 17 at that point?
I think you were 17. I
don't-
want to say you were 17.
I don't think so.
I could be wrong. That was,
I don't know.
Feels
I wanna
like such
say
a long
Well,
time ago.
how old were you when you moved to Hazel?
14.
So you must have been about 15.
I don't know.
16.
I don't know because something I've learned is homeschoolers don't remember things the way everybody else does.
You don't have no grade, ninth grade.
No. And that's something I've learned talking to all these apprentices is they remember their entire life by what grade they were in. And I'm just like, oh, that's weird. I don't remember what I was doing in 6th grade.
I had the same teacher all the
I was
time.
like 13 or so. That's how most of my stories start, is,
Yeah.
or give or take, you know.
I can see that.
Yeah. Those little things you
But
don't
no,
I
I
mean,
have no idea.
So was there never really like a summer break, and you just kept rolling right into the next?
Usually I just didn't do my work towards the end of the year, and I worked on the last month for the entire summer.
Crammed it all in and got it
Hey,
done.
Mm-hmm.
Now there you
I'm
go.
just lazy.
I'm going to go play with my friends. I don't want to do that.
Got
So I
balls.
was usually working throughout the summer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Got to pay for that truck.
Mm-hmm.
That little Ford Ranger.
I do remember that little Ford Ranger.
I think it shit out on me right before I started working
Yep,
here.
that's when you get to
I got the Accord.
the first Accord.
The first.
The first, of course.
Liked it so much about a second one.
But now Corey started off as an apprentice while he was part-time in college. That lasted for about 6 months, or was it even 6 months?
No, I mean, I think I got licensed before I dropped out. Because I ended up doing most of my basics before.
Oh, so you were going to...
I had already
You went
started.
to
I went
ZCC, and then you went to UTA, and you was
I
like,
went
I'm
one semester at UTA, and then I was like, I don't really want to do that.
No, I don't want to do this. I could just start getting paid.
got a girlfriend that, yeah, we can just bypass all this college stuff, and she can get her degree, and
I just didn't like the people I was in the class with.
like,
And I was like, if
for some
this
reason
is the
I can
start,
see that
like, it's only going to get worse from here.
people are gonna get weirder and weirder.
And it was just expensive, too, so
Yeah.
it's an easy choice.
Yeah.
So what brought you plumbing? Easy.
You offered me a job. And I said, I need $12. And you're like, okay.
Okay.
That's easy.
Shit.
I thought I was laying it on the table.
Yeah. I did math and everything. I was like, I got to make at least $12 to break even here. And Larry's like, okay, sure.
When you're making $8 an hour, and like you think it's such a jump.
Yeah, no. And then I've been here ever since.
Yep.
Just kind of happened into it.
I mean, came a long way.
into it.
And gosh, you're coming up on your master's now, right? Too. Yeah, year, 2 years.
No, he's only got a year.
This is 7, and yeah.
He's only got a year.
Dang.
Because you're 21. No, you're 20.
When I got licensed,
tradesman was 20.
I got that right before COVID shut everything down.
Yeah, so you were in
I would
20.
have been 20.
And then you got your journeyman in 22.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
26.
like
So
Oh, we kind of need to look up your hours.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I bet it's
That's
close.
coming up
No,
quick.
it doesn't matter. Does it?
I thought it was 4 years.
No, it's
of
4
journeyman.
licenses. You're right. Hours
Yeah,
don't matter.
yeah, masters don't matter.
Yeah.
Once you're journeyman, masters don't matter.
You have to.
It's 4 years.
Yeah, that's right. Either way, you're probably there next renewal.
He'll tell me when I'm there.
Somebody will tell me.
I just got to figure out when you. Actually, the state of Texas is the one that tells you on that part. Because I thought Carissa would be ready by now, but she can't fill out the. It's not available on her.
Really? So it doesn't even give you the option till you're ready.
So I think it's on the state of Texas.
Okay.
Because like when she goes to her sign-in account, she can do journeyman and all the stuff she's already got, but she can't apply for.
Can't apply for a master's license. Huh. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen all that.
I'm not worried about that. I've got everything I need. So what's your favorite thing on plumbing? Lie if you're not.
When the day's over.
I need a lot of dogs.
That's always
Lots
fun.
of puppies. That
I do.
To play with.
I always tell customers dogs. No, I
That's
came
my-
for your dog.
That's my favorite part.
I'll just do some
for
plumbing
sure.
while I'm here.
Okay.
Are you looking for a plumbing answer?
Yeah.
'Cause,
Well, I'm gonna get. That's what
Okay,
I decided. I was going to be more specific on my questions with Corey.
yeah.
What's your favorite part about plumbing? Plumbing wise.
I hate every bit of it.
What do you feel you're the best at?
Reroutes.
I agree with that.
I definitely agree with that.
Nothing makes me feel better than when I do that pressure test and it doesn't move. And better yet, it goes up. I'm like, hell yeah, me
Oh,
too.
yeah. That thermal expansion's already hit and it's got nowhere to go.
I gotta stop this. It's going up too fast.
That is one thing that you took off and you ran with. I was proud of.
Mm-hmm.
You're the most detailed oriented out of all my plumbers. You're very detailed oriented.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's my problem in a lot of things too.
I know. I totally agree. There's sometimes you get.
There's diminishing returns at some point.
Sometimes I'm like,
I thought about it the other day. And I was like, I spend way too much time at each job.
Mhm.
And my recall rate will prove that.
it will.
It will. It will.
But you got to find the final walk. You know the fine line. and
Too
then-
thorough.
Too thorough. Well, I don't know that it's too thorough. I think you think too much.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I think you overthink things. And I mean that's a sign of a good plumber. The dude that taught me, he overthunk stuff a lot too.
Yeah.
Comes with its downsides, but you become a really good plumber when you do
But
it.
yeah. Yeah, you can't argue with the results.
No.
For sure. For sure. Well, what's the thing you hate most?
Do we have time for that?
Yeah, no. Give me top three.
I think my favorite answer to this question is just when I'm doing something and something should work and it just doesn't.
Just that small
It's
little
like for something out of my control, there's some tiny little thing wrong with it that you'll never feel, you'll never see, and you have to make a second trip to the store because you only bought one.
No.
How am I supposed to plan for this just to be messed up?
I didn't know that one little nut was about to drop in that wall.
Yeah.
I really have to have that. Yeah.
Those will drive me up the wall as well.
What do you look for in a good apprentice?
I struggle with letting the apprentices do stuff.
Why?
At the end of the day, it's my name first on that thing, and I don't want my name on anything that some of our apprentices I've seen slip through.
Yeah. But
And I'm like, oh, great, I got to fix this now.
they don't get better.
I know. So it's a double-edged
No,
sword.
I had that same problem.
I have a hard time teaching and letting go of doing things. So I'm trying to get better at that. But
I think that's a popular problem with most good plumbers. It's the same problem that Bubba has. Bubba wants to be quick and efficient and done and get it over and move to the next one and get as many done in a day as he can. That's Bubba's thing. Bubba will not stop and teach apprentice on what to do. There are pluses and minuses to that. That is the old school way of thinking. Is the deal, and I see it in you at times, even though you're not old school. But it's still the old school way of thinking. Is that everything falls back on me? Everything falls back on my shoulders. I'm the responsible plumber here. I can't stop and let them do it, or I'll screw up.
I usually just tell them, like, if you fuck this up, I'm mad at you. If I fuck this up, I fucked it up.
I mean, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mad at my apprentice all day.
But the only way to get them to where you are. I know. I understand the conundrum. And there are some, like, it took me a while. I started getting better about it. And then eventually you'd get to that one job where it's like,
okay, you're not doing that.
You're not touching this. In fact, I want you to stand on the other side of that door.
You didn't see what I'm about to do.
Yeah, this happened.
This do happen.
But
that's plumbing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your family life.
I've got a daughter who's just turned 2 in January.
Terrible twos.
Yeah.
Have they been?
She started her terrible 2s in 1.
Oh, okay.
So she's very advanced.
That kid is awesome. What are you talking about? I see Grammy posting her on Facebook all the time.
She's too smart.
Where do you think she gets that?
I need you to be a little less quick.
Sometimes I see her arguing with me, and I'm like, stop, that's me. Like, I would say that. Like the other day, she said, I was trying to get her attention and tell her, like, hitting people is wrong. And she wasn't having it. And all of a sudden, she, like, looks at me, and she's just, what? I was like,
what else you got?
stop that. That's me.
It's me.
But she's great.
But then you got to say, you're acting just like your mom.
I do see a lot of her mother in her.
I know, but you got to blame that on your mom. I mean, that's what I always do.
That's her.
Quit acting like your mom. You know you act like me. Quit acting like your mom.
No, she's great. My wife's good. Been married since 21. 4 years.
Don't even know how long.
4 years this year. The end of this year.
Your family is a plumbing family.
But yes, she worked for a different plumbing company.
Yeah.
Local competitor.
Yes. But, she lucked into that job kind of the same way I lucked into this one.
It seems to be the common theme around this table.
Yeah, plumbing kind of indoctrinates you into it. Mm-hmm. You're chosen into it.
You get too close and get sucked in.
Yeah.
Well, what's your plans for plumbing in the future?
I don't know.
Do you want to be a master?
I'll be a master, but whether I want my own company is still up in the air.
Yeah. That's a tough choice. That is because again, you're back to rolling that dice. Like,
I mean, like I mentioned on the first episode, if that's your choice, then I will stand behind you 100%. And I will help you in any way I can. Because I encourage it. There's enough plumbing out there for everybody. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't worry. There's a lot of companies that if you're white for work for another plumbing company, they probably would have fired you. I don't worry about it. I worry about keeping this company running. I don't worry about other plumbing companies.
They're going to run it the way they're going to run it, and best of luck to you. Nothing to do with us.
No.
Yeah.
And so if that's the path you want to take, that's the road you want to go down, I encourage it. I won't be here forever.
Let's see how Jordan does it first.
Let's watch see how this goes.
Jordan will do it on his own. There is no doubt. That kid is one of a kind.
Yeah.
He's got a bigger drive than I had.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. He just keeps going. If a problem comes up, he just keeps going.
Very smart, very intelligent, very personable. I don't know that he's had one pissed off customer yet. Maybe. I'm trying to remember.
I know he's had problem customers, but you always know it's not Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, it's no, you're right. We don't want that customer.
I don't get them out of Corey either.
Oh yeah, yeah. Almost never out of Corey.
Happy.
You get requested all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably the number one requested. You and Jordan's probably a second, but you're probably more requested than Jordan.
Oh. Oh yeah.
People like Corey, and that's why I keep him here. And if you take good care of my customers, then that's all I ask. Do a good job. Do your job in a timely manner. Be fair. Be honest. I'm not here to rip anybody off, but I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
That's what we're all here for.
Honest work for honest pay.
I mean, if you're working without wanting to make money, then I don't know why you're working.
Yeah.
I mean, work to pay the bills and have a little left over to do what you want to do at the end of the week.
Nope.
That's life. Put a little up for when you get old and retired and live on, raise your kids and have fun and do stuff. All right, well, you got a story you want to tell on Scott or myself or somebody here? See, Scott's got this thing called Leak Clowns, but since we're doing Leak Clowns.
So it's like a little side segment where we tell a funny plumbing story, something crazy that's happened.
And Scott has done a really good job of the first one being like really popular.
And then drop the ball.
He dropped the ball on the rest of the episode, so people will figure. By the time we get to this episode, people will have figured this out by now. But the first one was really, really funny.
What was the first story? I feel like I should have heard it.
You should have watched the episode.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go watch it. Are you not subscribed?
No.
Well, the first episode don't have it. It's the second one. You
That's
you
right.
preview it
There
on
you
the
go.
first
Okay.
episode.
Yeah.
So stay
I
tuned for
watched the
episode
first
2.
one, but I didn't watch
Oh,
the
that's
second.
it. See, look at
I-
those.
yeah. My bad.
Well,
You didn't watch the end. You didn't see.
I
the
learned from the last episode that there are more stories.
There
You
are.
just-
It's just
There
hard
are.
to think.
Seem
Like this
to
week,
forget.
I have been
I wish you'd have
thinking
said something
all
before
week
we
long
started this.
trying to remember one, and I was like, I know I've got dozens.
And then Carissa was just right off the top. She
And
was
then,
like,
yeah.
I got all these stories.
And it's like she gave me 2. I was like, oh yeah, there's 2 right there. Like, dang it.
Because you need to go talk to her before you come back.
Yeah, I know, right?
What are we talking about today, Carissa?
I don't know.
Come on, you got to have something on myself or Scott that.
For sure, but
I don't know if I want to tell the world that.
trying to think of the full story through first. I guess
we can fix it in post. So
the
take your time.
funniest one I could think of, and the one I like to tell the apprentices, is that time we found the vape wrapper.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know if that one's been on here yet. But
No, I don't think we talked about that.
We had a clogged toilet and couldn't get it with the auger. Didn't work. And so Larry's like, all right, pull the toilet. So I was advanced enough that I was doing all the work and Larry's just watching.
Yeah.
Pulled the toilet, flipped it over, and then at the bottom, plastic stuck in it. I reach in there and I grab it, pull it out, looking at it.
I didn't even know what it was.
I was like, oh, I've seen this. I know what this is.
Yeah, because.
And it was I'm trying to remember, I think it was a Jewel at the
Yeah, it
time.
was Jewel.
It was a Jewel pod, the little four pack of those. And I was like, that's a Jewel pack. Someone's vaping in this house. And I was going to just be like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but Larry, like, being a dad, I guess it's different, but
I bet you'd be different here. in 10
probably,
years.
yeah. But I was like, I'm just going to pretend like I don't know what it is. Yeah, here it is. Like, whatever, buy it, it'll be $400. Whatever.
You figure it out if you want to.
But no,
I'm not
Larry
gonna
went
tell
in
you.
there. He's like, your kid's vaping. And he like told on him. And I was like, damn, he's about to get his ass reamed.
And
He
it,
did. He did.
He
was like
did. And,
10 or 12, something like
12. Something like
Really
that.
young.
That young.
that. He was young.
It was,
And it was like a
started
continuous
early.
problem.
I figured
Well, it
like
was-
16, 17.
It was his step sister that was buying them for him, remember?
I don't even remember. Like,
Yeah,
all the
daddy
details,
was
but-
living somewhere else, and stepsister was buying them for the son and getting them for him.
That'll do it. I don't remember. that part.
So mama was mad at daddy, at stepsister, at son. She was mad at everybody. She was writing a check as quick as she could to get us out of the house because she has phone calls to make.
Yeah, it actually made
she was pissed.
figured it made the end of the call go
And
by
you know
really
what
quick.
was crazy?
Got out of there.
That woman grabbed that wrapper with her bare hands. Do you remember that?
She did. Like, I remember you telling me about that.
She grabbed that wrapper with her bare hands. I'm like, I wouldn't have done that, but okay.
You don't want to wash those hands here pretty quick.
But no,
That's a fun one I tell.
that one and the Chris had told one about us. Remember the little girl that
Scott told me.
I tried to
that
remind
remember, you don't remember the little girl that drew the pictures for us?
that apprenticeship, you're in such fog.
I don't remember now.
She was so happy we didn't stop that toilet. We pulled a race car out on one. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that one. That was like one of the first ones. I pulled something random out of there.
I say Bo Peep one time.
I got a wedding ring out of a toilet once.
Oh, that's impressive. Sorry, I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
No, we wouldn't do that.
I told I think Jay that story today, and I was like, I could have been a dick and just been like, nah, I didn't find it. But, no, I was just like shocked it was there, and then it was like, fuck,
Didn't you
I like
pull one
Bo
out of
Peep.
a sink that the lady like paid you more money because or gave you a big ass tip?
Yeah, that was that one.
That was that one?
Yeah, it was her like grandma's wedding ring or something, and I don't know why, I don't know how she did this, but I guess when she went to flush, she went with her hand like this, and then jiggled the shit out of it, and then it fell into the toilet, and she was like, "Ew, gross! There's pee in there," and she flushed it for some reason. I don't know why. And then she's like, "Oh shit, my ring's gone now," and she called me out there, and I was like, "Ma'am, there's like a 0% chance I'm getting this back. Like I truly thought this was a waste of time."
Flushed a little piece of metal like that.
But I pulled that toilet, and this toilet, luckily in this case, was done poorly and had a lot of backfall.
Oh,
So it was sitting in a little puddle of water at the base down there, and I was like, oh shit.
Sometimes bad
I've
plumbing
got to
can
get this
save
out
the
now.
day. Yeah.
So I was just staring at it like 3 feet down. I was like, what the hell can I do to get this gold ring out? And I ended up using solder.
Really?
I made a little hook out of it and sat there for like 20 minutes just picking it up.
Praying to God it didn't go tick.
Yeah. But if it did, I was going to be like, yeah, there's nothing down there.
Nothing. See it?
Never seen it.
Not there.
Didn't see nothing.
But now, so Lynn Blakegrave, both of y'all know who Lynn Blakegrave is.
Yeah.
Lynn Blakegrave's wife flushed her keys.
I remember telling
Only
that story.
keys to the car they had.
Why do people keep flushing things and just grab them?
And I went out there and
like
ran the
wipe
camera. So this is when I lived in Paradise, and I went out there and I ran the camera all the way down. From the I pulled the toilet and ran it because I'm just praying that maybe it hit a belly somewhere. And I get to the cleanouts, and just before the cleanouts, there's those set of keys. And just 3 feet beyond them cleanouts is the septic tank.
It was 3 feet from being gone forever.
So I was able to push it to the cleanout, reach down in there with the claws and grab it, pull them keys out. There you go. I don't know how you're going to clean these, but there's your keys.
You're going to want a new key now.
Take that to Home Depot in a baggie. I need you to recut these.
How come you ain't touching it? I don't want to touch it if you ain't touching it. Well,
They might not make a key like that.
no.
What do you mean I can't put my fingerprints on this?
All right. You got any questions from Mr. Valdez?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I talk to Scott every day. He doesn't have any questions.
He answered them all.
All right, Will, you got anything you want to add to this?
Nah, man. Just who knew that plumbers would be saving the day, grabbing jewelry out.
Hey, we'll do it. We'll at least take a shot. I mean, sometimes, like, I can't believe keys flushed all the way to the front of the house, and then a wedding ring
Won't even make it past the
made it
90.
right there underneath the toilet. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but
That
it's
and
physics for
now
you.
I know that teenagers just flush all kinds of shit down.
Oh, just wait. Wait till your kids get old enough.
Oh, yeah.
So we got tampons, jewel packs, race cars. I mean,
Bottle caps. The worst thing is bottle caps.
Bottle caps are bad.
Deodorant caps.
Yeah.
You can't hook them some bitches with nothing.
The amount of entire toothbrushes I have found on not clogged sinks.
Yeah.
Trips me
no.
out.
They're all the way down through the...
Yeah. It's like it's not clogged up. It's not even what I'm there to work on. I'm just having to break out an old P-trap that's in my way. I'm working on something else. And then
There's toothbrush.
toothbrush. There's a whole toothbrush. How is this sink flowing fine? It doesn't make any sense.
You got a story like that? Maybe when you become a master.
As soon as you become a master, you unlock that.
Yeah. You got to run a few more films.
All right.
That's funny.
Thank y'all for joining us today. Well, Unclogged Conversations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Y'all got anything else?
No. Leave a comment. We would love to argue with y'all or get y'all's praise. Either way, we're happy.
I always forget to comment.
I'm sorry.
I don't want people's opinion.
I don't want to talk to you.
Tell us what kind of shit you've been flushing down the toilet.
Yeah, for real. What's y'all's most?
What did you flush that you want nobody knowing about? Let us know.
Let us know. We'll keep you
Y'all
In
have a
the
good
comment
day.
section.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
So, got a little stats for you.
Okay. I always like new stats.
You know, there are 3.5% women in the plumbing trade.
Wow. It's honestly lower than I kind of expected that to be.
It's a lot lower.
Yeah.
And we'll lead into that with today's guest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My guest today has been with me since the beginning, I guess I'd say. I got Carissa with me. The Texas Plumber. So what do you think?
Hey everybody, great to be on the podcast. Yes, I'm the Texas Plumber.
Hashtag.
Yep, hashtag.
Yep.